removing yourself is good from this situation and
Block,
basically,
block your mom.
yeah.
You're listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers with your hosts Greg Behrendt and Kane Holloway.
Hello, welcome to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers. I'm Kane Holloway.
I'm Greg Behrendt.
And I'm producer Pat.
That's right. That's producer Pat. He can speak for himself. I don't need to speak for him.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, unless he's being my sub right now. Then get on your hands and knees, son. I have food to eat.
Oh my.
Welcome to the show. This is Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers, a podcast that helps you not take bullshit from fuckers.
Yeah, we've been doing it for a while.
For a while now.
Yeah, so you're in good hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's a solid podcast. Like, if you are wondering if this is the podcast for you, it is.
It is.
You made the right choice. You made the right choice.
You did.
Yeah.
How does it feel? How does it feel to know that you chose the right one? Feels good.
Yeah.
Bet it feels good. We have a lot today. I want to talk about, before we get to all our questions, why are people going on Love is Blind still? Why? It always ends the same way. And I think this season is somehow worse.
Yeah, it's interesting. You wonder when you watch these shows, are people gonna, like, the first season, nobody knows what's up.
Yeah.
So it's an experiment, truly an experiment. Season 2, and in season 1, a couple people got married and have remained married.
Yeah.
So as a batting average for a dating show, that's incredible, because The Bachelor, I think, has 1 or 2 couples that have gotten married.
Yeah.
29 seasons or something,
yeah.
And stayed married.
Yep.
Yeah. They have like 1 successful couple.
Yeah.
Even that couple met on fucking Paradise, and then they broke up, and then, I mean, their thing was crazy.
Yeah. Ugh. But Love is Blind is now, it's a reality show, but what I love about it is how they don't really need to manufacture the drama in this show like the way they do it with The Bachelor. They don't need to bring on surprise people. They do, but they don't need to, because the drama is baked in. It's baked in beautifully with having people who are just the most insecure people you've ever seen on television. Just battling to say that the decision they made was the right one, to go to the altar. Everybody is insecure. It is so cringy to watch these people act like they know each other well enough to get married.
The premise being that you meet somebody blind and you date them over a series of 5 days or something like that in the pod, and then you see them.
Mm-hmm.
And what a person looks like really is important.
It just is.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't buy a car this way.
Oh no.
You wouldn't.
Like, you wouldn't buy a car where they blindfold you and then you get in the car. You can drive it, but you can't see what it looks like on the outside.
Right. Or they put a car behind a wall and they rev the engine a bunch of times, and you're like, that seems like the car for me.
Yeah, that's it. And when these people see each other, it's so clear sometimes that the person's disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they just don't listen to that. They don't listen to everyone is saying, I got to listen to my gut. What my gut is saying, even though I do not find them physically attractive. Cole was even saying, I'm not physically in love with her. I'm emotionally in love with her, but you're not emotionally in love with her because Zenab is like his mom. She is constantly telling him to pick up his shit and how he's messy and how he's 26 and how he's a fucking kid and how he's stupid. And he's basically a child jumping in the pool, hitting on other women in the pool that aren't her, that are more his type. And then the guys, all of them, most of them will just say out loud, yeah, I'm not attracted to you physically, but we can
it's
still make
amazing
this
how
work.
many guys say that. There's and all of the women, all how many couples are there? Five.
Yeah, I think so.
All of the women are attractive.
Yeah.
And they're all different. The one kind of cool thing about this show that's different than The Bachelor and certainly Too Hot to Handle and all that is that you've got all body types here.
Yeah.
For the men and the women.
Mm-hmm.
And what I find surprising is how quickly somebody moves to anger.
I know.
Somebody gets pissed and you're like, fuck, you're like you start thinking like, wow, you might be like a domestic violence person.
Yeah.
With that cowboy, not the cowboy, but the other guy with the beard.
Yeah, the short dude.
The way he gets mad at the ballerina.
Yeah.
And wants to take off his mic and quit the show.
Oh, immediately. He's looking for a way out every single time she kind of maybe tiny fucks up.
Yeah.
She was like, she told him about the conversation with Cole, and then he was just like, he goes away. And my favorite part is when he's talking to the producer and he's like, if your girl did that man to man, all right, man. So man to man, if your girl did that, would you trust her? Man to man, ask me. And the guy's like, the producer's like, if it happened to me, and he's like, yeah, if it happened to you, I'm asking you. Are you? He's like, so
yeah. He was totally like that. He was super aggro.
Oh yeah. And then in the next episode, he dumps it on her again. How he's just so insecure and jealous that even though after he talked to Cole, and like seemingly squashed it, which I love. There's nothing you got to be happier about watching your gender interact. So the guy is upset that this guy is hitting on his girl. He doesn't give his girl any leeway. In fact, it might even be her fault in his eyes. When he talks to the guy who's the one making the moves, he's like, listen, man, I feel you and I hear you. And it's good to get it. It's good to hear from your side of the story. I feel a lot better now. So all he needed to do was just hear another man mansplain his girl's feelings about the situation.
Totally. And the kind of respect that he shows Cole.
Yes, I was like flabbergasted by that.
Like he can't show that same respect to his quote unquote wife.
Of course not. Dude, they're fucking on the boat and he's like, oh, so what do people expect from these types of questions? What do you think you're gonna get? He goes, if you were in a bar and somebody came up to you, what would you say now that we're engaged? And she's like, that's my man. Like this is my man right here. And he's like, I love that. I love hearing that. That's great. I love that. It's like, you fucking dipshit. What do you think she's gonna say? Well, I would probably rank them from 1 to 5, and then I'd probably ask them about their dick size. She's gonna fucking tell you she's not gonna do anything. I love that. Of course, you love hearing that.
Old school, and of course, these are people from Dallas.
Yes.
So we definitely got some people here that didn't get the jab.
didn't get the jab, and we have a full-on conversation about people's feelings about abortion, which does not go well. And the guy, dude, again, fuck. I hate watching shows where guys are just fucking up. But the Bartiz is talking about abortion, and his girl Nancy is all about, like, you know, pro-choice. And he's like, all right, well, here's my thing about abortion. If it happens once, like if I was talking to my daughter and she did it, she got pregnant when she didn't want to and she needed an abortion. All right, you get one shot. That's strike 1 through 3. But after that, you're keeping it. And so then she's like, well, what about rape? What about incest? What about guys who like poke holes in the condoms and shit like that? And he's like, well, in those scenarios, those are like scenarios that that aren't comparable to what I'm talking about. And she's like, okay. And then my favorite part, have you ever used Plan B? He's like, oh yeah, lots of times.
Oh, no.
That's the same thing, man. It's the same thing.
Yeah, he is a fucking idiot, that guy.
Oh, he's the worst. He won't stop telling Nancy how he's not attracted to her and how he wants to have sex with the other girl who he is attracted to, that he initially was into but dropped. And he won't stop telling her it.
Yeah.
It's fucking brutal to watch.
Raven.
And Raven, she was like ebbing and flowing. Like she started out, she was like, this girl is too superficial. Then she saw how Bartiz was treating her superficially. So she was like, no, I don't need that. I'm focused on my guy and learning about him because he's the one I chose. Then the guy is just not up to snuff for Raven and isn't going to provide that lifestyle that she's so used to. And I'm like, oh, fuck. There's nobody I'm rooting for anymore.
I like him.
Other than SK, like I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah. He's smart. Yeah. He's going to Berkeley.
Yeah.
He's getting a master's degree. He'll be successful later on, but he's not going to provide for her right now.
Yeah. And she's just like not having it. She's like, I need to get my nails done. I need to have my whole life curated for me in the way that I
Well, I need to get my nails done.
Well, yeah, we all do. It's self-love, Greg. That's what that is. It's self-love.
I gotta get my nails did.
Yeah, hell yeah. I like how they release the episodes. I like how they give us like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Every few weeks until we get to the finale. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I found that I'm not that big of a binge. I'm not that excited about binging anymore. Like I will do like 3 or 4 episodes, but I want to be done. So I like how they figured that out, how they've chunked it up. And Love is Blind is my shit. I get like actively excited. And I go, oh my God, episodes.
Yeah, it's good. It's super good.
Mm-hmm. We have a question in our Instagram, DTBFF podcast. You can also send them to dtbffpodcast@gmail.com. And this one comes from Rhett. He says, Dear DTBFF podcast, been listening to your podcast for the last month now, and I'm on episode 104. I've been dealing with a fucker in my life since birth. My birth parents got divorced when I was young, and they split custody of my 4 siblings, being the oldest with my and youngest with my mom. We moved back to Idaho, and my mother was we moved back to Idaho, and my mother was a squish of an alcoholic. And I specifically remember asking my mom why we made 2 transactions at the store. She said it's cheaper on taxes, but recently I remember it was because she couldn't buy beer with food stamps. In my younger years, my mother ran around from bar to bar finding new boyfriends and even a husband for a year. We moved house to house, and it was a strain on me as my older sister moved in with my grandparents when I had started school, and I was my mother's only person that stuck around because I couldn't leave. In my early to late teens, my mother got remarried for a third time, and he's an excellent guy. He adopted my sister, and she took her last name and took his last name and took guardianship as a father over us. As my birth father gave up his rights because of what I suspect he was just sick of her bullshit. Growing up, she was very manipulative, and I fed into it. In my dating years of high school, I went through a few breakups. She still keeps contact with my exes and had tried to fill me in on their lives. Moving forward to when I graduated, I rebuilt a connection with my father. And I am currently making up for lost time with him and my grandparents. My mother has never gotten along with my now wife, and my mother has a baby boy complex where she wants to rule what I do at all times. She's invaded my privacy on multiple occasions. She's constantly trying to create problems between me and my wife. I have pushed her away, and she keeps coming back. I respect that she's uh, my mom, but she thinks I owe her everything. So the question is, how do I keep my mom out of my way without completely burning the bridge? My mother is kind of a twat.
I don't know. That's brutal.
Yeah.
A lot of people are in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I hear these stories more often than not. I mean, mostly because I go to AA meetings.
Right.
I mean, I recommend Al-Anon.
Sure.
I mean, if you go to, and I bet you've probably tried, but I would go to Al-Anon meetings because that's really a great place to learn how to deal with it. Because you can't completely cut these people out of your lives, but you also have to manage your own life and your expectations and find ways to routines in which you live, where you deal with this person at X amount of time for X amount, like you got to set up boundaries.
Right.
And have conversations. You got to say, look, either you're nice to my wife or we don't talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That
removing yourself is good from this situation and basically
block your mom.
Yeah.
It's on your t-shirt, block your mom.
I would love a block your mom.
We're recommending it as part of the whole thing that is don't take bullshit from fuckers is, block your mom.
Block your mom.
Always be blocking your mom.
Always be blocking, specifically Rhett's mom.
Yeah.
I love it. Don't take bullshit from fuckers, but especially your mom. Make sure you block your mom. I like how, too, we could just say that as a blanket statement. Yeah, I mean, if you essentially, training is the only word that's popping into my head, but if you're like, if you don't accept that behavior, so if she's just in your shit and doing the baby boy shit and fucking with your wife and all that, and then you just go, okay, I've told you this boundary, I'm out, and then every time you just keep giving her less and less, and hopefully she figures it out and she goes, okay, I'm gradually losing my son and I should probably not do the things I'm doing.
But you also have to really kind of be honest with yourself that it's possible she'll never get it, because she doesn't seem like a particularly aware person, and people in those situations tend to make themselves the victim. That's how they get the things that they want, and so they'll blame you. Yeah, and you just have to not take any of that blame.
Yeah,
that's when blocking comes in.
That's when you block your mom. and most of your family and your wife. Just block everybody. Just live in a cave.
This is the theme song for What Does This Mean song. The theme song for What Does This Mean song. We'll read a self-help quote, and they're definitely not memes. Memes are something completely different than quotes. Quotes are supposed to help you through all the bullshit in your life. And memes are like that poster of that cat hanging from a tree. And it says, hang in there, baby, or Monday. Am I right? Mondays, am I right? So if you can think of a different title, then we'll probably change it.
What does this mean? The inspirational quote section of the show. We're here to give you guidance, one phrase at a time. We have several in Instagram. One from Rhett, the guy who we heard from in the first segment. So we got some character art coming in. He sent one that says, worrying is like paying on a debt that may never come. Will Rogers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old Billy Raj coming in hot. Okay. Paige Rihanna said, it's hot girl summer, or Paige Rihanna sent one that says, hot girl summer is over. It's mob wife autumn now.
You know, you don't have to send them.
Yeah. Paige, you're pretty good. Some of the time. Smokey Creepin sent one that says, The Bachelor is just like dating in real life, except you don't find out there are other contestants until week 6 or 7.
I'm sorry.
Gonna move on.
Is that, you mean like in real life, you find out there's other contestants 6 weeks into the relationship?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Smokey's still dealing with the
Yeah.
Maureen sent, this is a video. Should we play this?
We've got Rebecca Evans and the Rebecca Evans, and then Lola Mudpuddle sent us something. It's like a dating profile that has a very specific ask. Those are the 2 other things I had for Instagram. And I think Smokey sent a couple others too, if you roll back on him.
Okay. Smokey sent another one that says, literally every person is messed up. Pick your favorite train wreck and roll with it.
All right. Sure. My favorite train wreck. Yeah. I'm going to tell Amir she's my favorite train wreck and see how that goes. Amir, I just found out that everybody's messed up, and then I just picked my favorite train wreck, and I guess you're a train wreck. Good morning.
How's
Is
that
the coffee ready? Good morning.
Is breakfast done? You train wreck.
Oh, man.
You bag of garbage. Everyone's a bag of garbage. Just pick your big, hefty favorite piece of shit and they're yours. And then remind him of that. He also sent another one that says, yeah, sex is cool, but have you ever sat in darkness wondering why you're not good enough? Smokey.
Oh my God.
Take a break.
Have you ever sat in darkness and wondered why you're not good enough?
Yeah. Yes. But that's not helpful here. That's not what this is about, Smokey. It's about helping. That's not helping.
Yeah.
Rebecca Evans sent one that says Venus kisses the sun.
I don't.
Uh,
Venus kisses the sun.
Venus kisses the sun.
I don't know who that's for.
I
don't know what that's about.
I couldn't start to tell you what I think that means. I have no idea. Gun to my head.
Is Venus the closest planet to the? I don't.
What is the closest planet to the sun? Is it another sun? But seriously, do you know the closest planet to the sun, Pat?
It's Mercury.
That's right. People are always talking about how hot Mercury is. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. Pat, do you have an idea of what?
And that meme literally stopped the show. I mean, the show wasn't on fire.
No. We're limping along.
We're not burning this one up.
No.
But it just, we all stopped and we couldn't even think of a joke.
I don't know what to do with it.
It's like the meme that broke the whole thing. It broke this segment.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't even know if we can continue doing memes at all.
Yeah. Would you like to move on to the next segment since Rebecca completely Thanos snapped us out of it?
Rebecca's like a long time, really. Like, she's been a great fan of the show. So supporter.
Yeah.
She's a supporter of mine and my various ventures. She supports my band.
Mm-hmm.
But then she sends a meme like that, and it's like, why don't you just block me?
Yeah.
Block my mom. If you, why didn't you just block me?
Yeah. Why'd you do that to us, Rebecca? Why did you do that to us? I don't know if you're watching the video, Rebecca, but you've heard us. Look at our faces.
You could have used that weapon for good. You could have sent that meme to the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah. Stop Jordan Peterson in his tracks. You could have asked that question at one of his. You could have just been like, I've got a question. Venus kisses the sun, and just watch him fucking, and then his head would explode. No more Jordan Peterson. Why'd you do that to us? What did we do to you?
Maybe there's part of that that's missing. Maybe she didn't send us the whole thing.
Let me go back and check. I'm at Rebecca Evans now. Rebecca Evans says, Venus kisses the sun. Let me click on the whole thing. 10/22/22, which is when she sent it.
All right.
Let me check the comments. What if you... No. It's a whole... Apparently it's an energy thing. Oh, okay. Do you want to hear the description of Venus kisses the sun?
Sure.
Why
not? The show's already in the fucking toilet.
What a beautiful day this is. Venus is traveling in the heart of the sun. This celestial kiss only happens once approximately every 9 months. When this happens, the sun's loving rays...
It only happens every 9 months?
Yeah.
Well, that's true of Love is Blind also.
That also is breaking my brain. This is because of this celebration worthy of rose petals and champagne. This is a cause for celebration and worthy of roses petals. I can't read this. It's like it's melt. You know, like when the Terminator is like coming back online after the T-1000 like shoved that rod into his spine. That's what I feel like right now trying to read this, where I'm just like, where am I? What did I do? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm done. Okay.
In Rebecca's defense, under her original sending of the meme, she did write, "Oh, does it now?"
That doesn't help. I didn't read that specifically. I didn't read that specifically because I don't know what that means. I don't know what her not liking the meme means for itself. Like, what is her not liking it is even more confusing because then that makes me think, why'd you send it? If you don't get it, or even if you don't like it, why'd you send it to us? I hate this. I really think we should move on to segment 3. Segment 3, we have different energy, new energy. We're dusting off the rust of whatever happened with Rebecca in that section. Ugh. But we have a new energy, and we have more people coming to the show from TikTok and all kinds of different avenues and venues of all social media. And Denonymous actually wanted to tell us exactly how he found the show. He says, so after hearing my answer on the podcast today, I realized that my response didn't convey the true gravity of how I found DTBFF. The moment seared into my brain is me sitting at my dining room table, fresh out of art school, while working my part-time job developing websites. I was in an abusive relationship, depressed, overweight, sliding rapidly into alcoholism, and barely scraping by financially. I worked at home and was so lonely that I set up one of those 12-inch TV VCR combo units next to me on the table so I could watch daytime talk shows to keep me company. Too many episodes of Tyra Banks and Montel Williams to count. One day, Greg's show came on, and he was coaching a dude on how to set boundaries with someone who wasn't treating him well. In all my life, I had never heard the concept of boundaries, and it really struck me deep. That was the first moment where I realized it was okay to protect myself from an abuser. It was my first don't take bullshit from fuckers moment. Oh, all the way back then.
Holy shit. And
Wow.
there's the guy that was watching the show.
Yeah, and you don't even get to know his name.
You actually now know the guy that was watching the show. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Anonymous. You don't even get to know his full fucking name. He said, that put me on a self-help path that has led to sobriety and a whole new life. I found Greg's comedy and got to see him perform live at Bridgetown Comedy Festival. I also got to see him and Dave interview Gallagher live on stage for Walking the Room. And it was wild, and it changed my perception of Gallagher from a watermelon smashing clown to that of a cagey pit viper skilled enough to outmatch most foes. I'm glad Greg and Dave made it out alive. Was Gallagher ruthless or something?
Yeah, he's a crazy. Yeah, he's not a good guy.
I think I've heard that about him. Yeah. I found the DTBFF during the pandemic, and it was a wonderful thing. It's been great to discover Kane and Pat as well. You know what I love about this is how descriptive the long storied career that is Greg Behrendt. And then he's like, oh yeah, and then I found Kane, and he's all right. That's true. I haven't done shit. I didn't even have a show that got canceled. So the three of you are fun to listen to, and I'm thankful for the weekly episodes. It's a lot of mutual heckling between you all and the listener. That's part of the fun and mutual love. And even if, as you say, it's a smaller podcast, it still makes an impact for the listener. I believe that too much emphasis is put on growth for growth's sake rather than impacting a few deeply. Thank you, Greg, Kane, and Pat. Anonymous.
That's nice.
That was really sweet.
So now I know who the listener is to this podcast.
You have one guy following your career.
Yeah, I'm making content for him.
Yeah. This episode is for Denonymous, so I hope you enjoy it. This whole show is for everybody. We have another one from Emily who says, I was scrolling TikTok and ended up on a video. I want to say it was the cat girl girlfriend. Man, that thing just keeps on going. People are still watching us break down a girl who pees in front of her boyfriend. I like the dynamic, scrolled through more TikToks and ended up listening to the podcast. I have tried a few different podcasts and no other comedy related podcasts had grabbed me. This one has been great and I am glad I found it. I have been binging old episodes when I'm in the car. Now I'm anxiously waiting for Kane and Greg to come back to Portland for a show. Emily.
That'd be great. I'd love to go back to Portland. So that's 2 in a row from Portland.
Oh, yeah?
Sound Festival was in Portland.
I've had a bunch of people come to shows who listen to the show. It was funny about I mean, I don't know. We have a lot of active listeners, but for some reason we have a ton of shy listeners because people will just like, it's like a drive-by shooting. They'll be like, hey, I love the podcast, Kane. And then they just keep on rolling. It's happened like 7 times since I've been in Seattle on all these shows. People who listen to the show come out, but then they won't stop and be like, I love the show or whatever. They're just like, hey man, yo, I'm a listener. All right, I'm out. So we got to read a remix. You guys ready for one? Oh, Reddit remix. Today I fucked up. It's a new section on Reddit. Today I fucked up by obliterating my wife's fish. Happened last night. Wife's 8-year-old very large goldfish was passing away. Had dropsy, was suffering, and was on the verge of death. Wife and I looked into the symptoms, and there was practically no hope of him making a recovery. So she asked me to euthanize him. Looking into methods, it seemed pretty agreed upon that the most effective and quick...
Hang on, let's talk about methods for a minute.
Uh-huh. The methods
You just flush him.
Yeah. That's the only way. Let his little body float off into the sewer.
What methods? I mean, well, I guess we'll find out.
I guess. Especially since he obliterated it, which could mean so many things. What if it's just like, she said, can you like take care of it? And then he just pulls a hammer out and she's like, what are you doing? He said to euthanize it.
I mean, take it out of the bowl and hold it in your hand for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Which is awful. Just watching it go.
Oh, no. No.
Trying to get its fucking fish air.
That's exactly what my career looks like.
Not if Anonymous has anything to say about it.
Goldfish in somebody's fist.
I just like the idea of you going into your agent's office, like, so, like, what kind of offers are we getting? And then they just spin around their computer and it's a video of a fish going, it's fucking flopping around. And they're like, the door's that way. Looking into methods, it seemed pretty agreed upon that the most effective and quick way to euthanize a fish was blunt force trauma, like I said. What? It happened last night. Wife's 8-year-old okay. Now, when I was a kid, my family were huge anglers, and I was designated as the fish killer when it was time to cook them. Back then, I was told to slam them on the ground as hard as I could. Well, my 8-year-old body wasn't strong enough to kill them instantaneously, so I had to do it multiple times. Honestly, it kind of fucked me up a little. Yeah. Flash forward to last night. I like how eager he is to do it now, though. Kind of fucked me up. I can't stop squashing fish's heads. Flash forward to last night. I didn't want that happening again. I wanted it to be painless. I asked my wife to leave the room because she was very upset, and I chose to do the deed by putting the fish in a plastic grocery bag and slamming it on the counter as hard as I possibly could.
Oh, for God's sake.
My God. How is that? You give him the Loki Hulk treatment?
Oh, no.
That's fucked, man. That's terrible. The poor fish was absolutely obliterated. I just read ahead. Oh no. The force ripped open the bag and sprayed bits of what used to be a goldfish. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? How is that a good idea? What a fucking asshole. I told my wife to stay upstairs. I love it. Stay upstairs. Oh shit. Why does it smell like Goldie down here? Stay upstairs. I told my wife to stay upstairs and she started getting suspicious, so she comes down after 5 minutes. It's just everywhere. On the counter, on the stove, on the fridge, on the freaking Christmas tree. I was still finding pieces of its. Sorry, I was still finding pieces of it this morning. My wife was aghast and traumatized, cried until she went to bed. So, in summation, how do I make this right? Well, don't buy her, and no more animals. Just no more animals.
Yeah. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I would say no more. Let me say this. You're not pets people.
Just the most heinous way to do it. Like if they had a bird, the bird was dying. I'll take care of him. He comes in with a bow and arrow. What are you doing?
I like putting a bird in a bag as well.
Oh no.
What would you do with an old cat, you fucking psychopath?
I can't tell you how many times I've been to the vets where they've just got an animal in a bag and they're bashing it on their hand. Isn't that how your dogs were euthanized when you were growing up?
Yeah, dude, take it to the vet. They have like fish cyanide. Why would you smash it like that? How did you think that he just wanted to do that? Like there's no other thought process in my head other than like, I got this. Like you don't, because like serendipitously, I used to be the fish killer in my family, and it took a good 8 or 9 thumps before this motherfucker went down. But this is a goldfish. I got this. I
mean, the thing is, first off, he's an idiot. But secondly, like, he had to have hit it so hard to obliterate the bag
And then his fish body exploded. And then almost, I mean, if his description is to be believed, it's like it went into a fan.
Yeah.
Onto the Christmas tree is my favorite location. Huh. Dude, don't get any more pets, and just, I guess, just apologize until she forgets about the fish. That's my advice.
Yeah.
I hope she blocks him and leaves him, because that would be so funny.
How do you kill your pets, right? At dtbffpodcast@gmail.com or on our Instagram. DTBFF podcast.
Look,
You can write me at It's Gregors.
it's true. You can write to me at Kane Holloway.
I'm at DTBFF producer Pat.
We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. Don't forget to join the Discord, DTBFF podcast. And when we get a new workshop coming out, we'll send out those links. And get notebooks at our Redbubble, all kinds of merch, Thirst Trap shirts. Always Block Your Mom is coming. We're going to figure that out. Always be blocking Rhett's mom. And there's also a way to call in the show. How do you do that, Pat?
That number is 323-379-5544.
Don't take bullshit from fuckers.
Fuck 'em.
Hey there, if you like the show, you can find bonus episodes and more at our Patreon at patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. And then rate the show 5 stars on iTunes, because it's the right thing to do. All music by the Rating Monarchs, produced by Patrick Kelly.